Retro Racing Reports from San Gabriel Valley Speedway. That's in Irwindale, California, or it was in Irwindale, California, later to be known as Speedway 605. We have two programs here, and neither one of them have any race results in them, so I decided to put the two of them together, use the race story from week 1, which appears in the week 2 program. I don't know the date on these, the specific date. Neither of them from this, or any of them from this particular year that I have the dates in them. So that's kind of a rookie error. And I wondered about that, and I came across a small, short article from the program publishers, Dave Carlisle Communications out of Long Beach, and they say that this is their first try ever making a program. Well, from a program guy standpoint, yeah, I see that. There's some rookie errors going on here. But there's a lot of neat pictures, a lot of good fun here. So we'll just share that with you right now. Be sure to subscribe. That's the biggest thing you can do for me. And then leave your comments down below. Always happy to hear from you. NASCAR News Notes by Jim Taylor. If you left right after the main event last week at San Gabriel, you are probably convinced that Odie Robertson won the feature with Jim Gilliam second. But that's not so. Looking at the feature, J.R. Skinner in his sharp 63 T-Bird jumped into the first lap lead over the 20-car field. And on lap 6, Skinner drifted in a little high in turn 4, and the San Diego Flash, Odie Robertson, took over. Quickly, Odie opened up a sizable lead, and that was all she wrote. At the checkered, Odie won easily over Jim Gilliam, Ivan Baldwin, Chuck Becker Jr., and George Esau. After the race, however, a protest was filed, and Odie and Jim were both disqualified for using 10-inch wheels. This gave the win and 50 big points to Ivan Baldwin and Chuck Becker Jr., George Esau, Mike James, and Stan Schneidecke finished out the top 5. In the 15-lap semi-main, Jerry Johnson in Lamar Anderson's 57 Chevy led wire-to-wire in the win over Jim Lee, Chaz Williams, and Sig Nelson. Earlier in the evening, Larry Esau in his red-hot 66 Chevelle continued to dominate the qualifiers. He set fast time at 22.88. This marked his 8th straight week for quick time, and he set fast time in 13 out of 20 races. Hey, that's quite a feat. In the trophy dashes, Larry Esau won the A main over Gene Reinecker and Ivan Baldwin, while Jim Lee won the B, defeating Tom Patton and Nolan Green. Jerry Johnson won the first heat, Chaz Williams won the second, Chuck Becker Jr. the third, and the fast heat was won by Dale Perry. At Show Speedway, battling Bill Spencer with his Petty Blue Plymouth again shattered the one-lap track record for hobby cars. When the season started, the record was a tough 16.65, held by the 69 hobby champ of Dean Huss. 3 times before this week, Bill broke the mark. First was 16.52, then he got a 16.48, and then a great 16.36. This week, he blasted around the quarter mile in a fantastic 16.35 for yet another new record. In a terrific main event, Bill Spencer fought from his dead last starting position to pull alongside Stan Collins on the last lap. As they took the white flag side by side, Bill stayed in the high groove to take the lead on back chute. At the finish, Bill took the win over Collins, with Darrell Shaw and Larry Jones following. After winning the semi-main last week, the little squirt, Paul Sunken, must have liked the taste of victory, as again this week he won the semi. Paul inherited the lead when leader Norm Corey suffered mechanical woes and dropped out. After fighting off the challenges of Elroy Minute for 11 laps, Paul won by 2 lengths over Minute, Gary Calhoun, and Jay Zinke. Jim Heidemann won the B-Dash with Larry Lara at the A. Norm Corey, Jay Zink, Larry Lara, and Mike Ford all posted heat race wins. In sportsman action, Chuck Becker Jr. set fast time with his 15.63. Then in the dashes, Lyle Gustafson won the B, while Ivan Baldwin won the A. In some thrilling heat races, Chaz Williams, Bill Johnson, Marv Jolin, and Ken Nason all emerged victorious. In the wire-to-wire win, Fordster Jimmy Lee won the 25-lap semi-main over a hard-pressing Gary McDonald, Leon Stout, and Lyle Gustafson. With the 40-lap main, Larry Esau returned to the Orange Show Speedway for his second straight win. Finishing behind Larry was Chuck Becker Jr., Cecil Bullard, and Ivan Baldwin. That's it for the race notes. And a short article in the back here by Joan Carlisle, Jack's Jottings, she's calling this. Last Friday evening, I introduced myself to a young lady and told her I'd like to do my article about her. She smiled, opened her mouth, and proceeded to charm me with her enthusiasm, warmth, and definite opinions of her racing life. The lady, and I do mean lady, is Toni Esau. Her story is like one of those you read in the movie mags, of the perfect romance, only you'd never quite believe that it really happened that way. Well, for Toni, it really did. Toni's family moved to California when she was just 8 years old. Her father found employment in the firm of George Esau. The families became friends, and Toni met her first California friend that was her age. You guessed it, little Larry Esau. They were age 8. Toni and Larry played together as youngsters. When Larry was 14, he became a go-kart driver, and at this point in their lives, they were still just friends. Toni worked on the karts with him. She said he'd tear an engine apart, and they were small, uncomplicated. And then he'd say, okay, let's put it back together now. It sounds like a normal, smart-alecky 14-year-old boy, doesn't he? So I'd fool around with it, and sometimes it worked. Well, Larry took the California State Championship in karting and went on to Illinois for the Nationals, where he placed 4th. While in high school, Toni and Larry found they had more in common than just being old friends. In 1966, on his 18th birthday, Larry moved into a sportsman car. In August 28, that same year, he and Toni were married. Toni said, "There's no such thing as competition between me and the car. Some people think this happens all the time in racing families. But Larry had decided by the time we were married that racing is to be his life and that he wanted me to be an important part of it." She agreed, and Toni and Larry started their racing life together. They decided not to have a family for a couple of years so they could devote their time and energies to his racing career. He wants her at the races to share in his victories and his defeat. By the way, it was Larry who told us the correct age at which he and Toni met. She originally said it was 10. So now when a fella remembers things like that, he's in love with more than his race car. There you go. That's the story from Joan Carlisle. That's the programs from San Gabriel Valley Speedway, 1970. I am not clear on the dates on these. Judging from the order and the number that I have, they are early in 1970. Be sure to subscribe and like. Comment down below.